between Pascal. Oh no, not the final. The second game between Pascal and Hjax, and we shall see Hjax. I just like. I'm gonna call him Hjax. Hjax. Okay, Hjax and Pascal.
These games being brought to you by MDKnights and Tramp, the butcher of every pronunciation possible.
The butcher of words. I'll take it.
Spawning in the north position of Catalina, we have the Terran player Pascal, aka whatever the heck else he's called.
Yep.
And spawning in the 9 o'clock position, we've got the Protoss player Hjax, both representing Rival Gaming.
Yes, indeed. A little bit of a, one could say a little bit of a rivalry going on right here. Between fellow rivals.
Oh, we got Hawkeye to laugh. GG.
Yeah. So, we're just seeing nothing so far. We may as well talk about what we expect about the positions what we expect the positions, how do we expect the positions to affect the game.
I just assume the first person to take the other main will win.
Okay, that's a good assumption. So I'm guessing on this map it's quite easy to do like some split drop play, very easy to pinball forth between that little long ledge all along the main and that big, fairly big ramp and opening at the natural. So I have no reason to expect that Pascal doesn't do a similar play, as opposed to his TVZ, which is more varied. His TVP is usually very generic. He tries to play the same way often, with a little bit of a frontal assault, puts a lot of pressure on the Protoss, tries to do enough damage to go back in macro if he can't outright win, and I don't think we'll probably just see that again this game, honestly.
I have a favorite Terran build versus Protoss on this map. One of the last games I casted last Saturday was a game featuring Foxer, and Foxer does a 2 barracks, 2 reactor, 2 gas, Reapers for days until you die.
Reapers till day, Reapers for days! I would have hoped the Mothership Core put an end to those kind of hijinks.
But we do not have a Reaper, we have a Marine, which is not how you do Reapers for days, so I'm assuming we're going to see something else.
Well, this is the guy who, keep in mind, went back and made a 3rd Reaper in one of his past games. So there's potential, okay?
That's true.
You know, the hope of Reapers for days lives on.
Indeed.
But for now, it's just going to be Marines for one day.
And he's got a 2nd barracks and a reactor, so it might still be Marines for days, but unlikely. I don't know any Terran builds, so he's got some buildings, and Protoss also going with building production. We do see a proxy factory. Ooh,
I think that's a good option.
I bet this turns into proxy, the flying invisible stuff that Terran does.
Oh,
proxy Banshee.
Yes, or proxy Widowmine drops, which were very popular back before Widowmines were, nerfed to oblivion. At least when it comes to these kind of drop tactics.
Indeed. So it'll be interesting. Probably going to be decided pretty soon what is actually going to be proxied.
I think that's still...
I'm hoping Banshee. Really hoping Banshee. We do see that the Terran player is experiencing some supply difficulties, but he does have a depot finish, and it's going to be Widow Mines, proxy mines.
So I think I actually know what this build is. This is a build I think is called the Greg build.
I bet it's not called that. That seems like something you made up.
No, it's not. It's like, this is a build that I'm sure it's like an actual thing, but it's basically there's this player called Greg on XIG, and all the Confed Terrans copied this build that he did, which was like a few Marines and a couple Widow Mines up the front. I'm sure people have done this build in different variants, and pros have done this, but this is just what the Confed Terrans called this build.
And
late TVT.
Casual Widow Mine going up and gonna try to get some stuff done.
Da 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 da. I left the da-da-da for your head. So Marines coming in now. Interesting, we see this Widowmine zoning out the army, but the probe goes in to tank the shot. The Marines are going in, trying to get a few probe kills. They get none at all. Trying to shoot the Nexus, get killed by Photon Overcharge. I don't think this is a good start for this build, though he saves that last Marine, luckily. As long as his Photon Overcharge stays up, there's really nothing he can do, so he's probably just going to wait outside, probably anticipate the range. And
I think we're going to get a... I think what's going to happen is the Protoss player is going to hold this and then go for a snapback blink all in, because he's got an observer that's done, so the Widow Mines are going to be toast pretty soon.
Yeah.
And we've
really
got
looks
like 3 additional gateways going up, so we're going to see blink stalkers on at least 4 gates.
Yeah, I really feel like the Terran might have mishandled this, or the Protoss just really snipes
the observer has been sniped.
Big pickup, and now suddenly this natural cannot be contested. There's too much DPS down here. The 2 Widow Mines waiting in reserve. He needs to move them forward. They're critical to the success of this endeavor. And we see him focusing down on this Nexus. I think it's gonna go down. Suddenly the tides have shifted dramatically. Oh no! What do you think his odds are now?
We do have full blink stalker production right now.
Yeah, this is suddenly a 4-gate
for as many gases as he has, and as many
overcharge going down. Yeah.
So I think this attack just putters out, honestly.
But has it done enough damage?
I think it's done quite a bit of damage, but it's going to depend on if the Terran player sees and snipes this second observer. I think if he gets that observer quickly before the Widow Mines go down, I think it's going to be a great job.
Yeah.
But one mine goes down, the other mine at half health, and he's going to go kill that too. And now the Protoss player can just try to push out with these blink stalkers.
Terran's getting some formidable bio here, though. He has Stim on the way.
Stim's still 2 minutes away. So...
yeah.
And blink is done.
He needs to not engage this. He needs to head back, maybe try to drop in the main, but he needs to move this army somewhere safe. This observer is watching. He really has no retreat path that the Protoss doesn't know about. The Protoss should really just go for it. He has enough stalkers to competently deal with this army. The Terran overextending dramatically. Could this be the decision that loses him the game?
I don't think I don't think that army makes it home.
Yeah, I don't think so either. This
is a lot of laser beams.
Critical overextension.
Oh, almost snipes. Almost snipes that medevac full of units.
That would have been a dangerous...
Now, the Protoss has defended, and Terran's put in this really awkward position of, you know, how do I defend? Because now all of the units that I've just lost would have been super helpful in the defense that's going to be needed here. But we're going to see this huge blink cliff maybe be abused a bit.
If we look at the supplies,
where do you go?
Protoss is pretty much ahead. Oh boy, this is rough.
Protoss is ahead here, and I think right now he just has to pick a spot, because he's got to know that blink stalkers are going to be really good from either direction, and he just kind of has to hope that he picks the Protoss picks the wrong one. But with the observer, he's going to start slowly picking off units, and then just blinking back, forcing stims. The good news for Terran,
yeah, the stim is done, so he has that, but it's kind of a double-edged sword, as we know. And he's getting healed up for now. His army's okay, but the Protoss really just needs to posture around, force these stims, be aggressive. And he's taking his Nexus behind it, though more Widow Mines are being produced. If they try to casually sneak into the main, we could see some more damage done.
I don't think he's going to be able to do that. I think it's going to go try to help defend.
I think we actually missed some action, because we see some Photon Overcharge in the main, so that must have been some Widow Mines trying to do exactly that.
We do see an observer here, so I bet that is what happened. But
yeah.
The number of probes we have here and the saturation of 2 on each gas says to me that not much damage, if any, was done.
Oh, this bio is disorganized and moving forward. Stalkers are much more compact and they move more as a unit, so they're already kind of prepared to fight. The Terran has been losing countless Widow Mines this game. He cannot be this sloppy, and this is very well the mistake that's probably going to cost him if he goes down here. But this bio army is still pretty formidable.
We do have combat shields finishing, and the robotics bay is about to finish, but Colossus are still a long way off, and we're at the same point that we had last game.
Yeah.
We're trying to see a defense against stim with no AoE and no photon overcharge. This could be game ending.
Are we gonna see the Nexus go down again? The Protoss can't allow this to happen. He has to react. The Terran is just gonna
allow it to happen.
But the Terran's just gonna keep bullying him into submission. This game is getting out of control. There really is no Colossus on the way, and the Terran moves up this ramp. There is no photon overcharge. The stim is devastating. Plenty of Stalkers going down here. The Terran focusing down gates. He needs to get the pylons powering everything. These are pretty much Artosis pylons that he takes down, effectively seals the game. And I don't know about you, man, but I think this is just about it.
I would think so too, but he's running out of bio units, and a photon overcharge is technically up right now if he wants it.
But he's depowered all these gateways.
Yep. That's gonna delay the game by about a minute, and that'll be it.
Getting a medevac there, pretty nice for his troubles.
Mm-hmm.
But Pascal is he's doing pretty competently at this point. And if he just doesn't make any big mistakes, if he recognizes his opportunity, if he comes in as these pylons are finishing up, then he's gonna have this in the bag. It's gonna be but what's the one thing for certain?
What?
Victory for Rival is assured. Yep.
So we see the photon overcharge is down. All of the buildings are again unpowered, and the Terran player emerges victorious. GG, well played. Hjax eliminated from the RSL, and Pascal has bought himself one more try at Cold for advancing into the round of 16.
Yeah, getting closer at least to that bronze. Do you think he has a chance? Do you think Pascal has any hope of making top